You've watched them fluff their feathers in the cold, but you've never seen what happens when the temperature drops below freezing. A sparrow in your garden shivers so fast it looks like it's dancing. Then, something even stranger, they tuck themselves into the thickest part of the bushes and never move. Stay to the end, because you'll see how they survive the coldest nights. Number 1. The way sparrows survive freezing temperatures might surprise you. They don't just rely on fluffing their feathers, they're masters of thermal strategy. By puffing out their feathers, they trap air close to their bodies, acting like a natural insulation blanket. This technique can cut heat loss by up to 70%, as noted by the Cornell Lab of Ornithology. It's a clever survival tactic, allowing them to stay warm even when the mercury plummets. What this means for you is that the sparrows in your yard are using every trick in the book to endure winter's chill. But the story doesn't stop there. Sparrows take things a step further by adjusting their body temperature during cold nights. Studies show they can lower their core temperature by up to 10 degrees Fahrenheit, which helps them conserve energy when food is scarce. This physiological adaptation is a remarkable survival mechanism, allowing them to endure extreme cold with minimal expenditure. You might notice them huddled together in dense shrubs, a behavior observed in research published in the Auc. These small birds are not just surviving, they're thriving through clever. They're thriving through clever, they're thriving through clever 3. Even more fascinating, sparrows often choose their roosting spots with precision. Dense shrubs and thick hedges act as microclimates, offering shelter where temperatures can be 20 degrees warmer than the open air. This means your yard's vegetation is more than just decoration. It's a lifeline for these birds. You might find that the same shrubs you plant for beauty are actually saving sparrows from frostbite. What this means is that your garden can be a sanctuary, and there's more to uncover about how birds use your space to survive the winter. Number 2. The hidden shelter strategy. It's not just about finding any spot to rest. It's about choosing the warmest, even if it's not the most obvious. Your birds are masters of thermal navigation, sensing heat from far away and making their way toward it, like a built-in compass. Think of your backyard as a map, and your birds as explorers searching for thermal oases. In cities, they've been spotted roosting near buildings, cars, or even streetlights, using the heat radiating from these man-made sources. This is a survival tactic passed down through generations, and it's happening right in your own yard. What this means for you is that you can help your birds by adding small, heat-retaining features like stone piles or raised platforms near sunny, sheltered areas. Your birds aren't just settling for the first warm spot. They're calculating, comparing, and choosing the best option. They can sense heat from up to 100 yards away, and they'll travel across your yard like heat-seeking missiles, ignoring colder areas in favor of the most comfortable ones. This behavior is especially noticeable during harsh winter nights when the temperature drops dramatically. In groups, their survival odds improve dramatically, as their collective body heat can raise the ambient temperature by 5 to 10 degrees. This is a powerful illustration of how small numbers can create big changes in survival chances. Your yard becomes a thermal puzzle, and your birds are the experts solving it every night. This hidden thermal strategy is more than just survival. It's a calculated move in the game of cold weather endurance. The birds are using their environment in ways we might not even notice, transforming your yard into a network of microclimates. By understanding how they read these thermal cues, you can begin to see your backyard not as a static space, but as a living, changing habitat. What lies ahead is the realization that these tiny heat seekers are revealing secrets about the world around you. Secrets that could reshape the way you think about the spaces you create for them. Just imagine what else they might be doing, right under your nose. Number 3. The energy conservation trick. This is how your backyard birds outsmart the cold without burning through their energy reserves. Imagine your birds not just shivering, but actually slowing down their entire bodies to save calories. During cold nights, sparrows can reduce their metabolic rate by up to 30%. A feat that helps them survive long stretches without food. This is no ordinary survival tactic. It's a carefully honed energy-saving mechanism that makes them more resilient than they look. What this means for you is that your birds are using every bit of energy wisely, and they're doing it in ways you might never even notice. This is just the beginning of the surprising science behind their endurance. This energy-saving behavior isn't just about slowing down, it's about entering a state of torpor, like a mini hibernation. According to a study in the Journal of Experimental Biology, sparrows can actually lower their body temperature and metabolic rate to a level similar to hibernating mammals, though for much shorter periods. They do this without losing consciousness, maintaining just enough awareness to respond to threats. It's a survival strategy that's as clever as it is efficient, allowing them to conserve energy when food is scarce and temperatures drop. These birds are not just surviving the cold, they're mastering it in ways that defy your assumptions. This is how they manage to stay alive in conditions that would challenge even the hardiest of creatures. This trick of the trade isn't just about cold nights, it's about long-term survival. By reducing their energy needs so drastically, sparrows can go for hours or even days without needing to eat. This energy conservation trick is a secret weapon that allows your birds to thrive in conditions that might seem impossible. What you might see as a simple bird resting on a branch is actually a complex biological process that's been refined over generations. As you observe your feathered neighbors, you'll start to see them not just as visitors, but as survivors with a story to tell. And there's more to learn about how they adapt in ways that will surprise you next. Number 4. The role of fat in winter survival is more complex than it might seem. Your backyard birds are not just gathering seeds for immediate consumption, they're building a crucial energy reserve. This stored fat acts as both a fuel source and an insulator, helping them stay warm when temperatures drop. Sparrows, for example, can store up to 20% of their body weight in fat, a remarkable adaptation for the cold. This fat isn't just for warmth, but also to sustain them during the long, harsh winter when food is scarce. What this means for you is that providing high-energy foods like sunflower seeds can support their survival and health through the season. A study from the University of Michigan revealed that sparrows in the northern U.S. boost their fat reserves by 50% in the fall, an essential survival strategy. This increase is not a random process, but a carefully timed response to the coming cold. As temperatures drop and snow covers the ground, these fat stores become lifelines for the birds. They burn this energy slowly, allowing them to endure days without finding food. This adaptation is a testament to the resilience of birds in extreme environments. Their ability to store and use fat efficiently makes them better suited to survive in your yard during the coldest months. This stored fat serves a dual purpose, keeping the birds warm and powering their bodily functions when food is sparse. It's a carefully balanced system that allows them to thrive in even the harshest winters. As the days grow shorter and colder, your yard may become a lifeline for these birds. You can help by leaving out food and shelter, ensuring they have the best chance of surviving the season. But this is just the beginning of the story. What happens when the fat stores are gone? Stay tuned for the next part of their survival journey. Number 5. The secret of their nocturnal behavior may surprise you. You might think that birds simply rest at night, but what you're seeing is just the beginning. These birds are not just sitting still, they're actively preparing for survival in the cold. In the coldest regions, sparrows have been observed shivering rapidly during the day, a behavior that helps them generate heat before settling down for the night. This shivering is not random, it's a calculated response to the harsh winter conditions they face. What this means for you is that your yard could be a vital refuge for these birds during the coldest months. This behavior is more than just a fleeting moment. It's a crucial survival mechanism. Research from PNAS has shown that sparrows can shiver for up to 20 minutes per hour, producing just enough heat to keep their body temperature stable in the face of freezing temperatures. This is especially common in sparrows that live where winter averages below 25 degrees Fahrenheit. The energy it takes to shiver is immense, but it's necessary for them to survive the night. You might not see the full extent of their effort, but your yard is likely playing a role in their ability to do so. Observing this behavior can give you a new appreciation for the resilience of these tiny creatures. What you're witnessing is not just a moment of rest, but a battle against the cold that happens every single day. These birds are constantly working to maintain their body heat, even when they're not visible to you. This behavior is most noticeable in regions where the average temperature plummets below 25 degrees Fahrenheit, But it's a strategy that's common across many sparrows in the winter. It's a reminder that your yard is more than just a place for birds to visit. It's a lifeline. And as you continue to observe, you'll notice other secrets that these birds keep hidden in the dark. What else might be happening just out of your sight? Number 6. The hidden social strategy. Your yard may appear quiet, but beneath the surface, sparrows are engaged in a remarkable survival ritual. They're not just surviving alone, they're relying on each other in ways you'd never guess. In the cold, these small birds gather in tight, huddled groups to share body heat, a behavior that can increase the overall warmth of the group by up to 15 degrees. This isn't just a momentary act of comfort, it's a calculated survival tactic. What this means for you is that you might be witnessing a silent form of community among the birds that visit your feeders and shrubs. You might not notice it at first, but sparrows are more social than they appear. According to the National Audubon Society, these birds will huddle so tightly that the outer members of the group act as a living blanket for those inside. This behavior is most common among young sparrows or those who have not yet built up sufficient fat reserves. It's not just about staying warm, it's about conserving energy, which is crucial in harsh weather. Their ability to rely on each other shows a level of cooperation that's rarely seen in the wild. This is nature's way of turning isolation into strength, and it's happening right in your own backyard. This social huddling isn't just a winter survival tactic, it's a behavior that can be observed year-round in certain conditions. When food is scarce or the weather turns unpredictable, sparrows will gather in numbers, using the collective body heat of the group to their advantage. This isn't a random act, it's a strategy that has been passed down through generations. What you may not realize is that this behavior can influence the entire ecosystem of your yard, from the types of birds that visit to how they interact. And just as you're beginning to understand the hidden social lives of sparrows, you may soon find yourself noticing similar cooperative behaviors in other birds that come to your round in certain conditions. You watch the sparrow, its feathers stiff with cold, yet its eyes alight with quiet determination. Around it, others huddle close, their tiny bodies a mosaic of resilience. In this frozen moment, there is no need for words, only the shared breath of survival, the unspoken vow to endure. Science may explain the warmth of numbers, but here, in the hush of the bush, you feel something deeper, a sacred trust between creatures who know the weight of winter and the promise of light. You are not just watching birds, you are witnessing a fragile, beautiful hope. As the wind howls and the world holds its breath, the sparrows remain still, not in fear, but in unity. You feel their silence like a prayer, their stillness like a hymn. In this moment, you are reminded that survival is not just about strength, but about connection. The science of warmth is clear, but here, in the cold, there is something more, a quiet faith in the morning, in the return of light, in the promise of life that lingers in every heartbeat. You are no longer just an observer, you are part of the story they are writing, one feather at a time. Have you ever noticed sparrows huddling together in the coldest parts of your yard? What do you think they're doing in those moments of stillness? Share your observations in the comments below. We'd love to hear what you've seen, and if this video touched you, please share it with other nature lovers. I'll see you in the next one.